Alright guys, welcome back for another Nioh 2 video. It is King Red Diamonds, and I am here to show you my swordsman, my water swordsman build, if you will. I chose water because of the natural defense down status it puts enemies in to allow you to do increased damage. The sets I am running for this build are Grace of Fusunushi, my apologies. Grace of Fusunushi, which is the sheath active skill grace. As you can see, it gives you the 40+% on sheath active skill damage. I am pairing that with the Galleon set. The Galleon set is basically the Galleon Plus set is basically the newer sheath active skill damage set, as it gives you an extra 15%. Along with 20% night rain damage. And if you don't know, night rain counts as a sheath active skill, meaning I'll be putting out a lot of damage with night rains by themselves. Forget the EI quick draws and tiger sprints. If I do one night rain, I'll probably be just shaving health off of enemies, like just ridiculous amounts of damage. It's a pretty fun set. I had fun putting together this build. I really do like the sword and its skills, like its skill set. The sword skill set is really cool to me. I'm not the best with the sword, but I do like its skill set, which is why I like to put builds together based off of the sword. So this build is for any sword main. Basically, this is a sword main's favorite build, if you will. They will love this. If your main weapon to use in this game is the sword, you will love this build because of the potential amount of damage it can do. It's honestly ridiculous. But like I said, I'm running Fusunushi with Galleon. My equipment is strictly Galleon, but my weapons are all Fusunushi, along with my accessories being Fusunushi. Luckily, I didn't need a Yasukani because I have star set bonus requirements reduced -1 on this writing set, so it's pretty good. And then this Yada mirror is pretty good. It came with star active skill and melee versus zero key enemy, so that's not bad at all. I'm running a scroll of the damned, pretty good scroll. Taking advantage of ultimate strength and ultimate heart, because if you don't know, heart and strength do scale on the sword. So I just remodeled my sword to scale with both heart and strength, meaning I can take advantage of the ultimate strength and the ultimate heart. If you don't know, ultimate strength increases the key damage you inflict on enemies, also allowing you to key pulse while guarding, just like if you had a blessed weapon. If you do use a blessed weapon, you'll get even more key back when you guard. So ultimate strength is pretty good. Ultimate heart, it allows you to increase the amount of key you recover when performing key pulse when switching stances. So all in all, it's a pretty good scroll. I like it. It comes with this new ability, Path of the Demon. It extends the duration of status enhancement. So if I pop my my Omio, like I throw my barrier and I throw up steel, rejuvenation and stuff like that, it'll increase the time that it stays active. But if I am to be inflicted by a status ailment, such as say someone hits me with lightning or someone inflicts me with water or fire, those ailments will last longer. So it's a double-edged sword kind of ability, but it's really good. If you do pop, like say you do drink like a Diogen sake, then you'll pretty much be fine. You don't have to worry about it. But if you don't have any, then you need to be careful if you are running Path of the Demon. My magic is pretty much standard, same magic I usually run: barrier, for key recovery speed in the yokai pool, purification, rejuvenation for life regen, steel for defense. Extraction is usually for my life, another life regen thing, but I don't really have life recovery on a rid absorption except for on this piece of gear. So it's not going to be too much, but it'll do something for me. I might change it in the future. I don't know yet. I'll just keep it there for now. Arch yokai, of course, for annual gain. I will be switching. I'll probably switch from water to lightning and probably back to water, depending on what I want to use. Lightning is just to get confusion up and to slow the enemy down, but the water familiar talisman will allow me to get water on an enemy even faster. So I won't have to worry about like attacking with my weapon and maybe not inflicting the saturation that I want. So water familiar will allow me to get water on the enemy almost instantly, allowing me to do just that much more damage. And then I have my regular ninjutsu running scroll, my speed running ninjutsu, so that doesn't really change. But that's it for that part. As for our guardian spirit, Izanagami, because I am running a water sword, as you can see up here, water. Izanagami is the water-based guardian spirit, which gives me melee damage versus a saturated enemy. That melee damage versus saturated enemy comes in handy a lot. Okay, it comes in handy a lot. It's going to help you do just that much more damage. As for the soul cores, Gyuki, of course, because anytime you run a water-based build, Gyuki has to be included because it comes with melee damage versus saturated enemy as well. So not only do I have it on there, I have it on here, and that's giving me over 30% melee versus saturated enemy. That's fine with me. Over 30% is fine with me. That's enough damage. I'm already doing a lot of damage already, so just having that much more damage is just going to be ridiculous. Gozuki, of course, because I want to drain ki. It also has a anima bonus versus a saturated enemy, and I get more Amrita when I inflict saturation on the enemy, so this is a really good soul core. And then of course Lesser Umibozo, if I want to again put water on the enemy instantly, Umibozo shoots out that little water shot and it'll inflict saturation, and it already comes with anima bonus and water damage on it. So all in all, it's a pretty good setup. It's not bad at all. But that's it for that part of the build. Next I'll go over the stats for you guys. Stats are as follows. My constitution's at 100 just to give me a nice amount of health. Heart 200, of course, because my weapon scales with it, so I gotta max that out. Plus I'm using ultimate heart, and you need 150 heart to take advantage of that, so 200 heart, of course, for damage. Courage is at 100 just because I want to have a lot of key recovery speed. I'll probably boost that up more the more points I get, so I'll just get that as high as I can. Stamina is 25 to meet the stat requirements for B agility. Strength is at 200, of course, because that's why I scaled my weapon to basically based off heart and strength. So also I'm using ultimate strength, so I need to have over 150 strength. So 200 heart, 200 strength, just to help with the damage of my weapon. Skills at 10 just to hit the soft cap. Don't really need skill. If you do use a sword, you will notice that skill and heart actually scale better than heart and strength. If I could have gotten an ultimate skill scroll, I would surely have put the 200 skill up, and the strength would not be as high as it is. But as it is now, I'm just using the heart and strength for now until I maybe find an ultimate skill and ultimate heart sword. Scroll, sorry. Dexterity is at 25. I'll probably boost that up to 30 just to hit the cap. And magic's at 33 right now because I just wanted to have a little bit more magic to help my magic be more powerful. I can go to these over here. As you can see, my active skill damage is over 23%, which is pretty good. I can get it higher, of course, because you can roll active skill damage on your accessory, on your gear and stuff. Also accessories, so it's better to try and get star effect active skill damage. If you can do that, that'd be really good to come in handy a lot. My melee attack key consumption is minus 15.4%, which is not bad. It could be higher, but I'm fine with that. Melee damage is up to 28%, pretty good. Water damage is up to 14.8%. It can be higher. That's not the best, but water damage isn't as needed with a water-based build because water is pretty much, like I said, a defense debuffer. So the water damage is not that important to worry about. Just even having water damage is good enough. It does not matter if it's low or not. You'll be fine. Melee versus saturated is up to 31.6%, which is not bad at all. That's really good because I'm already doing a lot of damage, so that 31% is going to help a lot. Night brain damage up to 20%, added on to the active skill damage and the sheath damage. That's a humongous boost. It doesn't matter. It might seem small because it's just 20%, but you have to take into account that I'm using active skill, that I have active skill damage, I have sheath active skill damage, and the extra 20% night rain damage. All that is added together. They're added together, so it comes up to a lot of damage for that skill. My melee key damage isn't as high, but it's okay because I'm pretty much basing this off of active skills anyway. I can take it down here, all the way down to the sheath active skill damage, and as you can see, I'm at 55%. So 55% sheath active skill damage, 20% night rain damage, and then another 21% active skill damage. If you do the math, you're around 90+% damage on night rains, which is ridiculous. That's a lot. 90% plus damage on a night rain. That's ridiculous. Plus, you're already debuffing the defense with water. You're going to be putting out a lot of damage. It's going to be crazy. But that's pretty much the build. I did switch up something in my Omio. Instead of using Awakening Mystic Art, which gives you that faster, you know, like when you put your Omio on, it's really fast, really quick. I changed that to Amplification. The reason why is because Amplification extends the duration of your Omio, meaning that you won't have to pop Omio as often as you would if you just had on Awakening, which just allows you to use it faster. Most of the fights you'll see, I'll only pop my Omio about once, because it's lasting so long throughout the fight, and the fights are not going too long because I'm just doing so much damage that it works in my favor. So I'm doing Amplification right now instead of Awakening, just to give you a disclaimer until then. But yeah, like I said, that's the build. It's really fun, and I had a good time putting it together. I hope you guys enjoy it. But before I hop into stuff, I just hope I ask that you guys like, comment, and subscribe. You guys have been just making this so much fun for me. I really appreciate all the views and the feedback I've been getting from the community. You guys are really awesome. I really appreciate everything that you guys have done for me and are doing for me. I hope we continue to, you know, get the views up, continue to give me feedback, keep on talking to me. I love talking to you guys. I love having the conversations with you guys. It really is fun. Like doing this, you guys make me want to continue to keep doing this. It's so much fun, and I thank you so much for giving me all the support that you do. So without further ado, I want to hop into some missions. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys then. All right, of course I'm back in my favorite stage to run the build in. We're just gonna hop right into it. You guys are used to this by now, so let's just start having some fun. Look at that. Beautiful. Nice amount of damage. Look at that. Look how much damage that Night Rain is doing. And this is Dream of the Nioh right here. Look at that. He's done. So as you can see, this build has so much potential just to do a crazy amount of damage. Those Night Rains were literally eating away at his health, at their health, just ridiculously. Like, because Night Rain, I think, hits you with like 3 or 4 quick strikes. Those 3 or 4 quick strikes literally drained their health down to a third. Like, and just imagine if I can get this build even more min-maxed out. Like, I can get that weapon up to 200, level 200, and I think like 120 plus on the weapon. It's going to be ridiculous if I use this build and with this weapon completely maxed out. So that's just the power of water, actually, saturation. So once they get saturation up, you can just deal so much damage. It's ridiculous. That's why I like water. I like purity and water better. Those are my favorite elements to use in the game. But yeah. We're just gonna hop to the next one. All right, guys. I'm taking on a scroll of the Nioh. On Ryoki and the Magara. So yeah, we're just gonna hop right in. I like doing these levels because it's just straight to the boss. I don't have to worry about fighting like lower yokai and stuff like that. So I like to just get straight to the boss. Look at that. Look how much damage that Night Rain does. My goodness. And I'm not gonna be able to get saturation up on this enemy. He's done. And I didn't even get saturation on him. That was just pure power, honestly. But as you can see, like, it's just like the sheath active skill build is pretty fun to use if you're good at using it. If you're very skilled with the sword, this build is for you for sure. If you can utilize all the active skills in each stance of the sword, this build is for you for sure. You don't want to pass this up if you are a sword main. Okay, if you're a sword main, this build is for you for sure. Take advantage of it. It's fun to use. I do have another build like this that I pair with the Susanoo, but I think this build is actually more powerful than the Susanoo build, in my opinion. As much damage as I've been doing to these enemies with just Night Rain itself, this build destroys the Susanoo and Fusanushi build together, like from my experience. But we're just gonna hop to the next fight. All right, in another scroll mission, and this time we're gonna take on Nioh and Shooting Doji. And instead of using lightning familiar, I'm going to be throwing in water familiar instead. That's going to allow me to get water saturation up almost immediately, and I'll just be doing damage, ridiculous damage out of the gate. So let's hop right into it. Let's go. Look at this. He's done. Already. That is insane. He's done. As you can see, Shundoji isn't a weak enemy in the slightest. He's really not. He's actually probably one of the toughest yokai bosses because he has an erratic move set. Like sometimes you can't predict what he's gonna do. So the fact that I literally threw out maybe 3 night rains and he was done for, that's crazy. Nioh moves around a lot, so he's gonna be a little bit more. He's gonna be a little bit tougher to fight because of his movement, but even he couldn't deal with it. So just like I said, like this build is very very powerful. In the right hands, it can be devastating. You can max out this build to the point where you hit even maybe Otake Maru with a night rain, and you're draining a third to 2/3 of his health. Like it can get quite insane. But that's going to be the end of it. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Thank you so much again for liking up my videos. I appreciate you guys so much. The just the interaction and the feedback from the community is really like making me want to do more and more of these videos. So please stick around for more. I will have more up. I'll be trying to put more out as much as I can. Thank you again so much. And King Red Diamond's out.